Every day's a hell lonely. I would like to go. Every time my kiss is on me, I would like to go. Every time I try to speak around in other side, and every day is heaven on me time. Every night I found a church someone to the scene. Every night I found myself as someone to be me. Every time I try to sing the ones that I could die, and every day is heaven on me time. Every day's a hard, a long way I will try to go. Every time my kiss is on me, I will got to go. Every time I try to sweep the rounding other side, and every day there's hopping on me time. And every night I follow church as someone to be seen. Every night at bar there's on church someone to be near. Every time.
The scene it sighs beneath the stars, a silver ribbon soft and sparse. The lamps they wink, a sly disguise, as Paris dreams with half-closed eyes. Oh, moonlit reverie, come dance with me. A step, a spin in sweet esprit, through shadows deep, through whispers free. Oh, moonlit reverie, come dance with me. A cafe hums, a violin cries, a tune that lingers, never dies. Your hand in mine, a fleeting spark, two silhouettes in the velvet dark. The world may fleet, the hours may flee, but tonight it's just you and me. Oh, moonlit reverie, A step, a spin in sweet esprit, through shadows deep, through whispers free. Oh, moonlit reverie, come dance with me. Time tiptoes softly, a thief in disguise, but the waltz keeps turning under midnight skies. With every turn the night renews, a fleeting moment, an eternal come dance with me.